Hi, Paul here. Let's talk about setting up your lead vocal for fast recording and fast comping in the studio with a singer right there. And what I do is basically this. I will set up in Pro Tools my recording track. I have a track of recording, and then I have a track of dropping to a comp track, and then I will create, let's say, 24 audio tracks below that. So as I'm assessing a singer and they're going through their first takes, I'm trying to decide whether this is something where I've got to go, let's say, a line at a time, a verse at a time, a chorus. Some singers, if they're really in the zone, they can just go from top to bottom, which is a thrill to watch and to enjoy because they're just masters at singing and it's all there. That makes things really easy because you don't have to go through the particular assembly line of making a vocal. And sometimes I'll just do 1 or 2 or 3 takes. It's got the vibe, it's great, couple spots, and I will just use that vocal track to pop into record. And I say, you know what, that line, why don't we pop right in there and do that? So basically I have the singer out in the studio. Well, I actually prefer them in the control room, but let's say either way, let's say they want to be out with the band or they would prefer to be in a vocal booth or wherever. They would be singing into their mic and I would record all the way down. I'd say, you know what, why don't we focus on verse number 1 or the first 2 lines in verse 1. Let's see if we can beat that. So what I'll do is I'll record that and I will immediately from the recording track drop down to, let's say, the blank audio 1, and I will start to collect take after take after take, either the whole verse at a time or a line at a time. And the nice thing about that is in Pro Tools I can see what I filled in. So if I'm working on a middle 8, if I'm working on a B section, if I'm working on the tag, whatever it is, I can see what options I have to create a comp. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll just say, hey man, I like that line, let's use that one. I'll go, cool, I like it too. I will immediately take it from the recording track up to the comp audio track above everything, or I will grab it from one of the earlier takes. Let's say we do the second line in verse 1 and we do it 4 or 5 times, and that'll be let's say take 4 of that. Grabbing that line is really great, and they go, wow, that was killer, and I go, yeah. I will immediately grab that and move it up to the comp. That way, as you're working on a lead vocal, you are able to casually build a lead vocal comp that's awesome. Once you have that lead vocal comp, you can have it all the way through, listen to it down, have the singer come into the control room, or you can just play it down for them, and you can assess whether that vocal is really great and where the weak points are. And they go, everything's great, except I just don't like the second half of the middle 8. They go back on the mic, and you start getting takes of that, and you can see how many you've recorded and accumulated. And one catches your ear, that's awesome. Grab it, throw it up there, or the first port of one line. You can just easily listen to take after take after take. They go, I love the way that line opened, but the last one I did had the best last few words of that line. Grab it right there, take the first part of that take from, let's say, take 2 that they did on the last one of take 5, and just grab it and put it up in the comp. And very quickly you'll accumulate all the pieces you need and sit back and listen to something that's amazing. And that allows me to build up a lead vocal track very quickly, to have a final lead vocal that maybe you need tuning, maybe you don't, but you're there fast. And the lead singer's involved and they're having fun doing it, and it's not a monotonous thing after the fact, just getting 10 or 20 tracks of lead vocal from top to bottom and comping syllables. And I've done it a million times, but still, it's really quite a laborious process. This way, it's fun. You're assembling it while you're going. Everybody's digging it. It's fresh and exciting, and that's what I do. So there you go. That's what I do to record a lead vocal. Hope that helps. If this video was helpful for you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It certainly helps. And I will see you on the next video. Cheers, everybody.